Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Whitney Ward. Mark is off tonight. Starting Monday, businesses across Washington will be required to offer most workers $16.28 an hour at least. KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy is checking in with some local businesses to see how they are preparing for this hike in minimum wage.
At Green's Fresh Market in Hilliard.
Oh, thank you. What can I get for you?
Providing a bargain is all in a day's work.
Yeah.
For owner Jack Green.
I wear all the hats, but I do have good employees that kind of take up some of the slack.
And he pays those employees to match.
You know, they work hard, so pay them what they're worth.
Green says when Washington's minimum wage rises to $16.28 an hour January 1st, it won't impact him much. He already pays more than that. But he knows how other businesses may have to make cuts or raise prices to stay competitive.
It makes it tough because people don't want to work for minimum wage, so it's kind of a stigma.
He believes the minimum wage stigma may drive older or more experienced workers to jobs that can afford to pay much more than minimum. Green supports the idea of different wage levels.
Kids that are, in high school, they don't need to make $16, $17 an hour.
And he says the wage increase isn't a fair deal for everyone.
People that are making minimum wage aren't gaining that much because everything has to go up to pay for that, 50, 60 cents an hour raise. But so many of the people that are making more money than minimum wage aren't getting a raise, but they have to pay the new prices.
Washington's Department of Labor and Industry says it calculated the wage increase by looking at the federal Consumer Price Index. That's what you pay for goods and services. The calculations came out to a 3.4% increase in Washington's minimum pay for 2024. But Green wonders if it's not time to level the playing field with a minimum wage increase nationwide.
Then you're not competing with other states. And, then it's kind of level for everyone.
And if you're wondering, the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour hasn't budged since 2009. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
And in our effort to bring you more to every story, we did look at the history of minimum wage increases in Washington. The state minimum wage has increased every single year since it was established in 1961. All the way back then, workers were getting $1.15 an hour, but it has seen its most significant increases just in the last 7 years. In 2016, Washington voters approved an initiative to increase the minimum wage to $13.50 an hour by 2020. And since then, it has increased still based on cost of living adjustments from that federal consumer price index. In the past 3 years, it has gone up a total of $2.24, and it will increase another 54 cents on Monday. Switching gears now, taking a look at the forecast. We've got our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo, tracking some rain, but maybe also some warmer temperatures for the weekend.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Temperatures right now up near 40 degrees, and the sun set more than an hour ago. So take it with what you will. It's one of those ones where overall the weather pattern favors these mild temperatures to stick around, but because of these mild temperatures, we don't really get the winter wonder we've all been waiting on, the snow. Instead, it's more rain. Look at this southerly flow. It is doing a number to everything. The waves down in California, the rain on the west side, and the lack of snow across the entire region. Instead, it's rain. Seriously. It's basically rain over on the west side, rain up in the mountains. Not until you get up over 4,000 feet is it snow. It's even rain on the top of Lookout Pass Saturday evening. Overnight, some of that transitions into snow, and as we get a little frontal boundary moving through on Sunday, what starts as rain in some of the mountainous areas will eventually turn into snow. And with cooler temperatures working their way back into the forecast, by next week, we might see snow down low. Maybe. But the next few days, far from it. 42 tomorrow. Sun to start the day. Rain closes it out. Scattered showers all day Sunday. I think we dry out just in time for the new year and maybe hang on to a little cloud cover to kind of, make it so those eyes don't hurt so bad come Monday morning.
Arguably the biggest matchup of the season in the kennel tonight, a pair of programs that reached the national championship in the past 3 years, squaring off as Gonzaga hosts San Diego State. Our Andrew Quinn is at McCarthy Athletic Center, now ahead of tonight's big matchup. Andrew, what can we expect in this one?
Well, Travis, as you just laid it out there, we're in for a big one here tonight. The 13th ranked Zags hosting last year's national runner-up, the San Diego State Aztecs. And this is the final chance for the Zags to make a statement before they enter conference play. Now tonight, we're going to be witness to a great point guard matchup between Gonzaga's Ryan Nembhard and the player most fans will remember from last year's run by SDSU, the reigning Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year, Lamont Butler. But for the Aztecs this season, the star of the show is forward Jaden Ledee. He's averaging 21.6 points per game. That has him ranked 10th in the nation. As if that wasn't enough of a challenge for the Zags, they will be playing in front of a kennel with no students tonight as they are still on Christmas break. Mark Few spoke about that challenge ahead of tonight's big game.
It came about late this game, and unfortunately we had to jam it into our schedule where, you know, the students weren't around. But I mean, hey, it's a great game. Like I said, they're in the national championship game, and they've been a great program here these last 10, 12 years. So it needs to be played.
Now, many national media outlets describe tonight as a must-win game for the Zags as GU has lost all of its games against teams who are currently ranked in the AP Top 25, and each signature non-conference win is aging poorly as the season goes along. So we've got a big one on tap here tonight at the Kennel. The ball will be thrown up in the air at 6 p.m. You can catch the game on ESPN2. Travis will have your highlights for you, and I'll have your post-game reaction from here at the Kennel tonight coming up on KREM 2 News at 10 and 11. Reporting outside of the McCarthy Athletic Center, Andrew Quinn, KREM 2 Sports.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Looking ahead on New Year's Day, the Washington Huskies will play in the Sugar Bowl with a chance to advance to the national championship. But ahead of the matchup with the Texas Longhorns, the team is having some fun. They got to New Orleans Tuesday night and didn't have practice Wednesday. Instead, they enjoyed a riverboat trip on the Mississippi River. But they got back to practice yesterday. If you are still deciding on where to watch the game against Texas Monday night, one option is going to the movies. 5 Regal theaters across Washington will be showing the Sugar Bowl on the big screen. This includes the Northtown Mall in Spokane and 4 other theaters in Western Washington. Tickets are $20, and when we last checked, there were still a lot of seats available.
Not necessarily surprising, Travis. Thank you very much.